Don't freak out about what it says on my necklace here. Well, first of all, let me turn it around. I was tying my shoes and it flipped. Okay, it says there's no God or Allah, and that's okay. There's no God or Allah, and that's okay. We should strive to be vegan anyway. All right, so we're going to talk about how religion is not something that is necessarily good for you. Depends what religion, though. I'm a Unitarian Universalist, and I think it's a pretty good religion. The only problem with it is that well, I'm trying to find my pencil here. Hold on, let me try and find one over here. The problem with my religion is that at the moment they're being a little bit hypocritical, but I'm asking my own religion, are we the best religion or are we massive hypocrites? Because in 2024, we voted and promised that we would protect all beings from exploitation. So what I'm wondering with my own religion is, why are stolen meat, cow's milk, eggs, and cheese still on the coffee tables? On the tables during coffee hour. That's one of the things that I don't understand. Are you a Unitarian? Do you know any Unitarian Universalists? And if you do, let them know that I'd like to speak to them. I find it really interesting that my religion is being hypocritical, and I think we should call out our religion. Hold on, let me fix this camera for a second. Boop. Okay. What about you guys? What do you think? Hey, thanks for coming in here. Hi, Ayland. Thanks for coming in. Thank you for saying hi. You say you are first. Okay. Can you speak to me? Yeah, you can write something right now. You're the first one here, and there's time. It's not going too fast. And thank you over here on TikTok. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Thank you for tapping on the screen. Let's see what it says. Do I remember Daz Black? Yes, I do. And unfortunately, he still hurts animals. That's too bad. It's a real shame. You know, Daz Black has millions of followers and he had the opportunity to be kind. He could have told everybody, yeah, we shouldn't hurt animals. We shouldn't be exploiting them. We shouldn't be buying and selling them. But that's not what he did, is it? It's a real shame. You know, I don't think he's actually a very kind man, and I think he really messed up. I don't think he's actually that intelligent either. And so I think the problem is that he doesn't realize how much harm he's done. Yeah, but thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Hey, Aubrey, thanks for liking the live. Thank you very much. And thank you to everyone who's tapping. I see all the little hearts going up here. Thank you very much for being here. Okay, you're writing, in your religion, Islam, we sacrifice a cow or a goat, any animal like that. Why? What do you mean you sacrifice? No, you murder. Sacrificing would be cutting off your own hand and feeding it to the poor. You understand how messed up it is, what you're thinking? How on earth can you be proud to be a member of a religion that hurts animals who never did a single thing wrong to you ever? I'd like to know the answer to that one. It doesn't make any sense what you're writing here. All right, let's see what else we have here. Let's see. Hey, thanks for coming in. If you guys want to help to read some cards, today we are still continuing to learn about the animals and why we shouldn't hurt them. But we're also talking about religion. If you have a religion that you're proud of, tell us why you're proud of that religion. And if you're embarrassed about your religion and ready to change and to become an atheist, a critical thinker, well, you came to the right place. All right, so why no cheese? Okay, well, because when you eat cheese, you're paying for a cycle of violence where the cows are killed. The reason that we don't eat cheese is because in the dairy industry, they rape the mother cows, kidnap their babies, and murder the boys. They also steal the milk. They repeat the cycle over and over because people keep buying milk, cheese, yogurt, and ice cream. So you should drink soy milk instead. Okay, hope I answered your question, and now you know. So now you can never say, oh, I didn't know. Now when you go to the grocery store, you use your hands. Okay, you have the power of God in your own hands. If God exists, God is in your hands. When you go to the grocery store, you choose the soy milk or you choose the oat milk, but you do not choose the cow's milk. Okay, you have a lot of power. All right, thanks for listening. Good question. I know that a lot of people are new here. Some people already know all of this. All right, what else do we have? Somebody, Bushy Friend, writes that she thinks that God is real. Well, maybe you do, but I don't think that God is very kind if God is real. And that's the main point, right? God is absolutely not kind because God's not helping right now. It's only vegans who are helping the animals. I challenge you to think of a single thing that God or Allah is doing right now, if you believe in these two, to help the animals. Yeah, but you can't think of a single thing. Thanks for coming in, though. Appreciate that, you know, and I'm very happy. You can put a super chat on the screen. Hi, Haria. Thank you very much for being here, Haria. I wrote you a little message. Don't forget, in the main comment section of the videos, do not respond to people who write cruel things, because as you see, I ban comments that are not useful. Instead, Haria, you can really help a lot by writing 3 comments every time I post a video, and write about why you're vegan. Reiterate the message. Like, you can write 10 reasons to be vegan, or you can write about, you know, what plants have protein, all of them, and you could talk about things like that. Educational comments. Write, you know, 5 great protein sources, things like that, and copy and paste them every time, so you don't have to even think. It really helps a lot, because there's so many people who come to the comment section and they really don't read, you know, very well, and or they don't write very well. So if you have a nice comment by an educated person, that's great. Okay, not saying that everybody doesn't write well, but you know, some people, they don't, and it's hard to read what's going on, or they're just kind of cruel. Hey, thanks a lot for sharing the live stream, guys. Thank you very much over here on my YouTube channel and TikTok. Any substitute for cheese? Yeah, there's vegan cheese. You can get that. Thank you guys for keeping on tapping. Let's see what we're up to. Wow, I just got 1,000 likes over here on TikTok when I just blinked. So yeah, racism. Somebody asked about racism. Well, of course, we're against racism. All vegans are not racist, because we don't believe in being cruel to anyone. So here's a little girl, right? We would not be racist towards her. Why would we be mean to her just because she looks different? Her skin is a different color. I mean, honestly, she's even cuter than me. You have to admit it. And she's kind. You know, her name is Regan, and she is kind to all animals. She's not racist towards them. So that means she's not speciesist. Or speciesist is another way to say it. Speciesism is the first form of racism, and you should be respectful to all animals. Exactly. Be respectful to all. We are animals too, and we should not be hurting them. So she doesn't eat cows. She also doesn't eat pigs. And she doesn't eat dogs. And she doesn't eat cats. All right? Make sense? Why is it that some of you eat some and not the others? You can be kind to all. There's no reason to hurt anyone. Okay? Good. Thanks for listening. Hey, thanks a lot for subscribing, guys. Thank you very much for being here. Somebody said, let's pray. Well, you can pray all you want to, but really when you are praying, you are just praying to yourself, which is okay. You can talk to yourself if it helps. You can pray to yourself, but you're really just praying to the better part of yourself. All right, let's see if anybody wants to come in. Oh, you have a question. Okay. Let me see. A question. Is it true that I'm a nurse? Yes, it is true. I am a registered nurse. I trained when I was very young to be a nurse, and I worked as a nurse for many years, and also as a school teacher. So I went to university, Concordia University in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, to become a teacher. All right. Thanks for coming in here. Let's see. If you want to come in and read a comment, let me see if anybody's here. Oh, it doesn't seem like there's any adults here who can read yet. Maybe Maya will read. Let's see. Hey, Maya, are you a kind person? Oh, guys, I forgot to show you. By the way, this is something called TVP. TVP, textured vegan protein. You can pour this into any chili that you make. You can pour it into any sauce that you make. It is protein, and it's very good for you. It's just basically soybeans ground up in a certain way, textured vegan protein, one ingredient, okay? And it's really great because when you put it into a sauce, it has the same consistency as meat, like ground beef. So when you chew it, it has that sort of chewiness to it. This is great. We use this. I live with my 86-year-old mother-in-law, so this is perfect for her. But my husband and I, we also like these ones, which are a little bit better. You can order this online. Textured vegan protein. Textured vegan protein, otherwise known as TVP. This is really cool. And when you cook it, it has the texture of little pieces of meat. So you don't have to hurt animals. You can just eat this instead. Plants have protein, they really, really do. Being vegan is healthy, you know it's true. Plants have protein, they really, really do. So why the fuck aren't you vegan yet? No more excuses for you. No more excuses for you. Thanks for being here, everyone. Really appreciate you. All right, let's go. I'm going to go to the next comment over here. Let me see what you guys are writing. Who made us? Who made us? Well, we don't know. We don't know, but whoever made us, let's just say there is a God or an Allah, they're not kind. Would you agree? Yeah. Okay, let's go over here for a second. And let me see what we have. Okay, hey, very cool. We've got some great people here over on TikTok. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Hey, yes, it's true. Yes, I am a grandmother. And I'm also a mom to 3 children. Let's see what you write. Jesus made you. Well, no. No, Jesus was born much later. Jesus didn't make me. My mom and dad made me. And your mom and dad made you. Okay, I know it's scary. I know it is scary for many people. Many people are scared because they want to believe in their religion because it gives them a sense of comfort. Being in a religion gives you a sense of comfort, a sense of belonging. It is a way in a religion to celebrate births. In a religion, it's a way to acknowledge deaths that happen. So I get it. There is a real sense of community when you're part of a religion, but we have to remember that the rest of it isn't true. The parts of the Bible, the Bibles were written, but the books of the Bible were written by many different people, and even some parts of the Bible were left out. Like there is an actual book of Thomas, for example, that was left out at some point along the way. So there's no evidence that God is helping the animals right now. Vegans are helping the animals, but God isn't. And if you could give me a single proof that I'm wrong, then feel free to do so. I would love to read it. Let me read in your comments, okay? If you think, just write to me one example of something that God is doing to help the animals right now that vegans aren't doing. Vegans are the only ones protecting the animals. God is not doing anything. That's why I say he's either drunk or stoned or lazy or stupid or dead, or he never existed at all. Same as Allah. I mean, it's just logical. But I understand. And that's why the religion called Unitarian Universalist is pretty good, because it's based on democracy. It's based on democracy, and there's equality there, so women can have the same positions of power as men. The only problem is that this religion, which is my religion, is being really hypocritical at the moment, and I'm calling them out. Just like you should call out your own religions. If you have a religion and you look at it and you think, well, that's not right. Let's say you're Jewish, right? And you love all of the customs of being Jewish. You love all of the different stuff. Like when you get married, they put you on chairs and they dance around. Like that looks like fun, right? But the part of the Jewish religion that's not okay is that they circumcise baby boys at 8 days old. And that's abusive. Cutting off a part of an innocent baby without their consent and making a permanent scar there. It's actually abusive. So that's not okay. So we all have things within our own religions that make no sense. Within the Muslim religion, telling women that they have to cover up their hair because men cannot control themselves or something, that doesn't make sense either, right? So if you are a Unitarian, share this video with somebody who's another Unitarian, or if you know a Unitarian Universalist, share this video with them. Tell them, say, Miss Katie is talking about your religion, and she wants to know, why are you being hypocrites if you actually voted democratically to protect all beings from exploitation? That doesn't make any sense. So I'm not very happy right now, and I'm hoping this is going to be fixed. All right, let's see what else we have here. Okay, so what are we writing here? Okay, so TikTok, thank you very much for tapping on the screen. Thank you very much for sharing the live stream. Really appreciate you guys. Hi, Bailey. Thanks for coming. I'm just going to turn this off at the moment, guys, and I'm going to go, hey, yeah, I'll be with you guys on YouTube. I'm going to pay attention to YouTube right now. Okay, guys on TikTok, thanks for coming in. Whoops. But we're going to end the live on the TikTok right now. I want to just focus on YouTube only today. See you guys later. Okay, so YouTube, I'm going to focus 100% on you today. Let me see what you're writing. Somebody says that they think that Allah is God. Well, that doesn't answer the question. So the question today is, What is God or Allah doing to help the animals right now? That's the question. Okay? If you have a super chat and you want to put that in, if you want me absolutely to read your comment, that'd be awesome. In the meantime, we're also going to be reading about why we shouldn't be eating eggs. Now, this is a song that I composed. Don't eat eggs. I'm not going to sing it right now, but you can hear it on my YouTube channel. It says here, don't eat eggs. You don't need them. Don't pay a thief to steal them. Chickens don't want to be our slaves. Be an example of how an ethical person behaves. Right? You can do that. You don't have to steal eggs from chickens. If your God wants you to steal, then maybe you need a new God. It does say in the Bible very clearly, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal. You know what that means. Be vegan at every meal. Hey, thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you, a super chat from Aurora Amen from New Zealand. That's very kind of you. I'll press a heart, boop, and a like. Doink. There we go. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you will write a sentence the next time that you come, because I'd like to get to know you. All right, so the question once again is, oh, C, you're spamming C for carrots. Good job. It's C for cucumbers. Thanks, guys. Also, remember you can spam the letter K, which is for kale. And you can also spam the letter L for lentils. That's great, guys. Let me see. All right, I'm still looking, guys, for somebody who can answer the very simple question. I haven't yet seen it. The question is this. Vegans are obviously kinder than God or Allah because vegans are protecting the animals. So I want you to give me one example of what any of your gods is doing right now to protect the animals. I don't think you can give me a single one. You know, I'm an open-minded person. I'm the kind of person, if I've done something wrong, I will apologize. If I see that I'm going the wrong way, I will change directions. But I have yet to see anybody tell me that. Let's look. Okay, I'm going to even try to tap and pause. Okay, now we have Xander who writes a quote. Here, writes something about from Matthew. Look at the birds in the air. They neither sow nor reap nor gather into barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Okay, so Xander, you didn't answer my question. The question is, what is God doing to help the animals right now? So I guess your point is that you're saying that he is providing food for the birds. Okay, but we're talking about the animals that people are hurting right now, such as the pigs in the industry, the cows, the chickens, the turkeys, and also, you know, the birds are not necessarily protected. There are other animals who hunt them, and so they are not really protected. But thank you for being here. I do appreciate that. Somebody else wrote here, animals eat grass and any vegan foods. Some of them do, yes, that's right. Like giraffes are vegan. Can you think of any other animals that are vegan? It's amazing. Giraffes get so tall and they get very big and they're strong and they only eat plants. Can you think of any other animals that are vegan? Cows, that's right. Cows get pretty big and buffalo get pretty big and they're vegan. Can you think of another animal? It starts with the letter E. Hold on, let me fix my bangs here because they're sort of bugging me. There we go. Can you think of an animal, another animal that is vegan that starts with the letter E? That's right. Somebody wrote it. Elephants. Yeah. Very good. Let's put this away here. Yeah, and so look, if you are a person who is a religious person, tell me right now, what is God doing to protect the animals? For example, why would he be so cruel as to create lions who devour baby zebras in front of their crying mothers? Why would a kind God deliberately create snakes who sneak up on baby bunnies and close their mouths on them and squish them and swallow them still alive? You see, if vegans had designed the planet, we would have done a much better job. We would have designed the planet in such a way that all the animals would die at a given time in their sleep without feeling any pain. So I think the vegans are actually kinder than God. And the point of the matter is, though, that there really is no God. There isn't anyone kind watching over you. And I know that's hard for you to take. I know that's scary. It makes you shake and get angry, and it makes you cry. But we can have communities without deities. And again, this religion seems to be one of the best ones that I've found, because they're based on democracy. And they go every day. They still meet on Sundays. They go to a congregation or a church. They sing. They listen to an inspiring speech. People can get up and light candles when they have this thing called joys and concerns. So you can think in your mind of a joyful thing that happened to you, and you can walk up and light a candle. It's a little ceremony that they do. Instead of going up and getting what is supposedly the body of Christ like they do in the Catholic Church, people can go up and light a candle. So they have some candles. Every church is a little bit different. They might have a candle in there. You pick it up and you light the other candle, and then you put it back into the sand. And in your mind, you think about something that you're happy about or sad about. That's called joys and concerns. So I really love everything that this religion stands for when it comes to equality and caring about the planet. But they do some things that are a bit bizarre lately. And one of them is that this is great, that they voted to protect all beings from exploitation. But then why is it that some of the churches and the congregations still have stolen products there? That's clearly wrong. That is clearly being hypocritical. Let's continue to read about eggs while you guys think about that. I'm still looking. If you want me to read your comment out loud, please put in a super chat, because it's going very fast and I simply cannot read what's, like, I just saw a super chat go flying by, but it's turquoise and okay, hold on, I grabbed that one. Okay, somebody says it's called the cycle of life. Animals eat to survive. I'm aware of that, but you didn't listen to my question, Ginger. Okay, the question is, why did God create animals to hurt other animals when he didn't have to? He could have made all animals vegan. He could have made them all like the elephants and the cows and the bison and the giraffes. He did not have to make them eat other animals. Just like we don't have to eat other animals. We can have what we call a cycle of life, and we can just plant trees, eat the fruit. We don't have to kill the tree. We can plant all kinds of crops, and we don't have to kill for that. And remember, being vegan means that you're against exploitation. That means you just do your best not to hurt. Of course, there are always going to be some animals harmed along the way, but the point is to do our best to strive to be as vegan as possible without needing God for that. We don't need God. Religion is a good thing in the sense that it brings people together, but it's a bad thing in that it teaches you to believe in fairy tales. There is no sky daddy up there. It just doesn't make any sense. Now, recently I've been watching some very interesting atheist channels, including one called No Nonsense Spirituality. And this is a woman who writes a lot about, she used to be Mormon and she stopped being Mormon. And I find it really interesting to hear her stories. I'm very fascinated with people who were indoctrinated in the past, either by eating animals all the time, and then they stopped, or even people who like smoked and they had such a hard time and then they stopped. These are people that interest me. People that used to be really religious, and then they saw somewhere along the line, along their life, the light, they got their 100 clicks, It takes 100 clicks to become vegan. So I'm having a hard time, like I said, to read what you're writing because it's going so fast. Please put a super chat in so it can pause on the screen and my eyes will not go crazy trying to keep up here. Hold on, I do see something here that seems to be repeating itself. Guys, please don't spam the same thing over and over, okay? You're writing here, Psalms. In wisdom you have made them all. Okay, first of all, hold on, let's read. In wisdom you have made them all. Okay, you're not telling me who is they. You have made them all. Who is them? The earth is full of your creatures. Whose creatures? You see, this is the problem with the Bible. You're just quoting it without giving context to what I'm talking about. I'm asking you not for Bible verses. I don't need Bible verses. The Bible was written by humans. Each book was written by humans and then rewritten and retranslated. The Bible is not the word of God. Did you ever stop to think that if you were born in another country, in another family, right now you would have a different religion? You see, my kids were brought up in my family, in my house, where I rejected religion, but I started to join this particular religion when they were little because I thought the idea of religion, the idea of getting together every Sunday, having Sunday school to teach good values is good. So I joined this religion, and it seemed great for a while until they decided to vote for something which was great, but then they don't follow through. So now I'm questioning whether I should remain with this religion. I don't know if I should, but I think I will. I'm going to try to work within it. I've committed myself for 2026 to speak out every single day against my own religion. In doing so, I am letting thousands and thousands of people know about this religion. In fact, millions. Because as my videos get posted and seen, millions of people are starting to learn about Unitarian Universalism. So you guys can check it out on your own. And if you are a religious person, but you know that you don't want to keep believing in a sky daddy, this might be the place for you. If you are vegan and you would really like to be part of a religious community that actually is democratic and that doesn't have Bibles in it and that is free thinking and that cares about the planet, this might be the place for you. We need vegans to join this religion and to hold them accountable for something that they voted on. They voted to protect all beings from exploitation. So why are stolen meat, cow milk, eggs, and cheese on our tables during coffee hour? Why? That's what I want to know. And I would like to have a Unitarian come here and justify this. I have yet to have a single person be brave enough to say that this is wrong, what we are doing by not following through. You know, we can make a promise. When you make a promise to yourself and your own community and you break it, that's unethical. That's cruel. That's not okay. As a Unitarian Universalist, I'm calling out my own religion. Let's keep reading a little bit here. Remember, guys, if you want to answer it, is what is God doing right now, your God or your Allah, to protect the animals who are on factory farms now by the billions, being sexually assaulted, forced to be pregnant, having their babies stolen from them? If they are in the fur industry, they're being anally electrocuted. That's how they kill them, after a lifetime of hell in a cage. It is so unbelievably sickening the way we treat the animals today. And we must all stop. You cannot call yourself a good person if you are still hurting animals. You cannot call yourself a good person if you are still drinking cow's milk or eating cheese or anything that comes from the dairy industry. The dairy industry should be abolished. And how will that happen? Stop blaming the corporations. Stop blaming capitalism. You have the power of God in your own hands to choose not to harm these animals. You are stronger and kinder than God if you choose to be vegan. That's just a fact. Let me repeat it. You are stronger and kinder than God if you choose to be vegan, because God deliberately created non-vegan animals like lions and snakes and coyotes. Vegans would never have created a world that way. So let's look at this again. If you're against the sexual exploitation of innocent cows, if you're a feminist and you think that the female body should not be objectified, utilized, commodified, then this is what you do. You go to the grocery store and you get soy milk instead. Now, I have said this before. I'll admit it took me a while to get used to soy milk. I used to love the taste of cow's milk. I had it on my cereal, in my coffee. I used to eat ice cream like all of you. But when you know better, you can do better and you can change. All of you can do hard things. You can do tough things. You're tough. You're tougher than you realize. You can do good things. And it feels great to be vegan. I actually just made a new necklace. Here it is. It feels great to be vegan. I haven't worn it yet. You're the first ones to see it. It feels great to be vegan. It really does. It feels good in our bones. It feels good in our body. It feels good in our mind. And it feels good in our hearts to know that we are not hurting animals and that we are being kinder than God. Don't get triggered. Don't freak out. If you disagree with me, write something, put a super chat in here that I can read, because right now they're going by too quickly. So we have people who are writing some things. Let's see. Our heart was belong to God, writes Dungeons. I don't know what you mean. Our heart was belong. It doesn't make sense, right? Okay, so somebody's writing, who created you? Well, the point is more like whatever it was, whatever created us, the source, the Big Bang Theory, whatever it is not kind. That's my main point. Whoever created us, God, Allah, whoever you believe in, they're not kind. I do not think that these deities exist. They're not here. If God exists, try to prove to me that he's not drunk right now. If Allah exists, try to prove to me that he's not stoned right now. If any one of your other gods exist, try to prove to me they're not drunk, stoned, lazy, stupid, cruel, or dead. Try to prove it to me. Try to prove to me that they are actually kind. See, I think the truth is that they simply never existed at all. And I think you guys know that too. But I understand the draw towards religion because we want a sense of community. We want a place where we can bring our children where they'll listen to stories about how to be better people. What's great about my religion, I'll show you another one. What's great about this religion is that they talk about saving the planet. But what's also hypocritical about my religion is they do this thing where they do this reading at the beginning of church, the beginning of every Sunday, and they'll read and they'll say, "We acknowledge that we are on stolen land." But then do they give up the land? Do they just open the door to the church and just say, hey, First Nations people, use this as your home? No, that's another hypocrisy. I don't think we should be doing that. I don't think we need to every single day at the beginning of church services acknowledge that we are on stolen land. Because what does it have to do with me? I didn't steal the land. Who did? None of us alive right now. And so these are some of the things that we need to do. Whatever your religion is, think about what's going on in there that you need to call out. For example, if you're a Catholic, are you honestly okay with knowing that women's roles will never be able to allow them to be Pope? Do you really want to be part of a religion that is so sexist? Or being Muslim, for example. Why would you want to choose to be a Muslim, knowing that your religion tells women that they are subservient, that they need to cover up their hair, that they can never wear a bathing suit and go swimming? Why would you choose to be part of that religion? Explain it to me. I understand you want to be part of your family, part of your culture, but sometimes you have to be brave enough to break free from that. And you guys can all do that. Let me see what it says here. Somebody says, I just did see a comment from Epic, writes, I believe in science. That's awesome. And science tells us that there is no such thing as a God or Allah in the sky, watching you right now, watching what you're doing. These simply do not exist. What is there? What there is yourself. You are watching your own behaviors. And you're in control. You can use your fists to grab a chicken and twist their neck off and be cruel. Or you can use your hands to pick up a chicken and stroke the chicken gently and say, don't worry, you're safe. I'm going to protect you. That's what you can do. You don't have to be cruel. You can protect all animals, and you can be vegan right now. And by the way, every single one of you, I want to acknowledge something. I'm very proud of you because you are smart enough to stop and think right now. You have a busy day going on right now, but you're getting your clicks. And it takes 100 clicks to become vegan. I'm genuinely proud of you for being willing to think a little bit differently today. Having your mind be a little bit open and your heart open to the animals. We were reading this before and just want to remind you that you shouldn't eat chickens. You should eat food, not things. So, excuse me, you should eat food and things. Let me start over. Okay. Don't eat eggs. You don't need them. Don't pay a thief to steal them. Chickens don't want to be our slaves. Be an example of how an ethical person behaves. Can all do that. Don't eat chickens. Eat food. Eat things. Don't pay for violence. Don't cut someone's wings. All good people are striving to be vegan. Google vegan recipes. It's easy. You can. All right, I have a super chat here from New Zealand. This is a $5 super chat, and it's by somebody named Sirius Knox II. Let's see what this person writes. I have proof that the Greek god of dreams exists. Do you really? You believe there's a Greek god of dreams? I asked him directly to give me a dream of a certain person, and he did that same night. Well, that is your own brain, silly. That is your own brain that did that. There is no Greek god of dreams. That's not scientifically logical at all. All right? I'm not sure why you feel this need to believe in a Greek god of dreams. And even still, what is the point in having a Greek god of dreams? Why would you ask a Greek god of dreams to give you a specific dream? I guess you were unhappy and you wanted to have a happy dream. Is that it? And so you thought, okay, I'm going to believe in this god of dreams that's going to send me. You realize that you have a lot of power over your own dreams, right? You do. You absolutely do. In fact, in the morning when you're just waking up, if you're in the middle of a dream, you can veer that dream in the right direction by thinking of an ending to it. You can get yourself back to sleep to finish your dream. Yeah, you can just say to yourself, okay, this is a scary dream I'm having. I don't like the direction of this. I want this to happen. And you can go back to sleep and make that happen. So you have a lot of control. Look, thank you, Sirius, for the super chat all the way from New Zealand. But this doesn't answer the question, which today is, give me one example of something that God or Allah is doing right now to help the billions of animals who are suffering. So many animals are suffering in nature that if you could hear their screams, it would be deafeningly loud. Right now, there is a coyote who is killing an innocent animal somewhere, an animal who never did a single thing wrong. Right now, there is a lion attacking an innocent animal who never did anything wrong. We're not mad at the lions or the coyotes. They were born this way. They're like children. They don't know better, and they literally can't do better. You see, carnivorous animals have shorter intestines to eat animals, so they can get them out of their bodies quicker. We're not like that. We have long intestines. We are made to eat plants. That's right. We're made to eat plants. We can do it. Our hands are perfectly shaped to pick plants out of the ground, whether they are potatoes or carrots, to take them from the trees, whether they are lemons or apples or oranges or pears or cherries. We can take them from bushes. We can take the strawberries and the raspberries. We are meant to be vegan. We can absolutely thrive on a vegan diet without ever hurting anyone. And we don't have retractable claws. Did it ever occur to you that when you see a dead animal on the side of the road, that you never salivate? You never salivate and want to run and eat that dead corpse? Because you're not meant to. most people, when they see an animal on the side of the road, they have one of two feelings. One is they're kind of grossed out, all the guts there and the blood. Or two, they feel sadness. And I have always felt sadness on the highways. Even when I was a child and I saw a dead animal, I felt so sad, thinking that these animals are just trying to live their lives and we humans put these highways going through their land. So when I talk about Unitarian Universalists and how at the beginning of the meetings, we acknowledge that we are having our meetings on stolen land, you know, I'm thinking about the land, who it really belonged to. Before the First Nations people, it belonged to the animals. All of us shared it. Thank you for the super chat. I have a super chat. Here, let's stop to read this. It's $5 and thanks. When they're turquoise, I can stop them a lot easier. When they're yellow, you can even write more and they stay even longer. Okay, DG Jono7 paid €5, and this is what is written. Any God would have to be an incompetent psychopath, not only creating a system based on cruelty, but then adding bone cancer and parasites. You're right. I'm going to press a heart on your comment. Doink. And a thumbs up. Absolutely right. Thank you to, I'm not sure how to say your name. Is it Dig Ijono or is it Digi Jono? I'm not sure. But listen, I really hope that you are a vegan person and I hope you change the name of your account to reflect that. You can call yourself vegan. I dig vegans, since you have the name dig there. Dig vegans, meaning you like them. Or you can call yourself Jono the Vegan or something like that. I hope that you will put something in your account to show that you are a vegan person the next time you write a comment. And thanks to everybody, by the way. Let me see what else you guys are writing here. Let me see if I can stop something. Okay, somebody is writing the word discrimination over and over again. I don't think that you should be discriminating, and that's exactly why I hold up this little doll. Do not discriminate against anyone. Do not be racist towards people. Do not be racist towards animals. Don't be mean to her. Don't be mean to the cow. Don't pay anyone to cut off the cow's head or steal her milk. Cow's milk belongs to baby cows. And also, don't be racist or speciesist. Oh, let me fix my cute little chick here. This little chick, we shouldn't be eating chickens. We shouldn't be stealing their eggs. You see this? You see we have a little kitten here? She does not eat cats. She's not speciesist or species. It's either speciesist or speciesist. You guys, I don't know how you guys say it, but I was taught that the word when I was younger is species. What species do you belong to? That kind of thing. Some people say species. Anyway, either way, to the person who wrote this comment about discrimination, you should not discriminate against anyone. Don't be kind to cats just because they're cats and then be mean to pigs. Pigs also feel pain and want to live. In every way that matters, all these animals have feelings. They're like us in all the ways that matter. Don't steal the eggs from chickens. Don't eat dogs. Don't eat cats, but also don't eat any animals because you just don't have to. You can strive to be vegan. You can absolutely live a happy vegan life. Okay, let's see what else is here. All right, we're at the 44-minute mark, guys. I am going to be here for another 15 minutes. If there's especially something that you want to say, please say it. Write it in a super chat. We're going to continue here really quickly. We're going to read this. I want you to read along with this, me. Now, I know that you think that reading is probably stupid and you're like, why are we doing this? But here's the thing. Many people have trouble reading out loud. Even me, I will make mistakes sometimes. So it's a good habit for us to get into to practice reading. So let's read together, okay? Don't eat eggs. Reason number 1. The egg industry tortures chickens during their entire lives by genetically modifying them and confining them to small cages without windows or proper ventilation. This would feel like you being stuck in an elevator with 15 strangers your entire life. The industry also slices off the tips of their beaks with hot blades when they're just babies, so they won't peck at each other during this extremely stressful time. And this is why you should not eat eggs. And that's reason number 1. Thanks for commenting, guys. I know somebody just wrote that eggs are good. Yeah, they are good when they are left into the eagle's nest. Eggs are good when they are left into the swan's nest. Why would you want to steal the eggs of somebody when they don't belong to you? And to those of you who actually believe in the Bible and want to strive to be good people, it clearly says in the Bible, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal. You know what that means. Be vegan at every meal. Let's see what else is written here. Okay, let me see. I'll try to grab somebody. Sorry, guys, it's going really fast. Somebody did say that Jesus loves me. Well, listen, if Jesus is somehow alive, even though he was killed. So Jesus, first of all, Jesus can't see us right now. Jesus seemed like he was a good guy, but he's dead. Okay? But if Jesus was here and he's the best guy on earth, of course he loves me because I'm protecting animals. I'm trying to make this world a better place. But I don't believe that Jesus is alive and watching me right now. We have another reason here. Don't eat eggs. Let's read this again together. It's good to practice reading out loud. You might have to read out loud sometime in front of your boss or in front of your teacher, so it's good to practice. All right? People are having a lot of hard time these days. Kids actually don't know how to read very well, and that's because their parents didn't teach them. So this is really something that's important for all of us to practice. Okay? All right. Don't eat eggs. Reason number 2. The egg industry never allows chickens to raise their babies because humans steal all their eggs. In nature, chickens are very caring mothers. For example, they open their wings like large umbrellas when it rains to protect their little chicks. We have no right to steal eggs from any mothers, not swans, not ducks, not robins, not eagles, not chickens. Google egg alternatives like flax seeds for baking and tofu scramble for breakfast. There you go. Very good. Thanks, guys, for staying. I notice a bunch of you guys left because you don't like to read. A bunch of people left. It's always very fascinating. People don't want to do even the littlest amount of work to improve themselves. The comment section is going very fast. Again, if you guys want me to read your comment, please put it in a super chat. I will be here for another 12 minutes. If you have something especially that you want to say, but especially if you have an answer to my question, which is, what is God doing right now to help the innocent animals who are suffering? I'm talking about the 80 billion on factory farms. They cannot see the sky. They don't have access to windows. They are living in prisons in Holocaust-like conditions. The animals that you eat every day came from so much violence and suffering. And I know what each of you thinks, that you're buying special meat that comes from some special place. But the reality is all these animals are exploited. They are harmed for crimes that they never committed. Let's continue. Now we're going to talk about don't eat eggs, reason 3. Again, if you're new here, if you just happen to be new. Oh, hold on, I have a super chat. There is one. It was just going by, but I can grab it. George Erickson writes, we love eating cows, fish, pigs, and fish. Fish, pigs, and fish. Okay, I'm not sure why you wrote fish twice. George, thank you for the super chat, but here's the situation. You don't need to eat these animals. You eat the taste of them, but I don't think that you honestly want to hurt animals. Do you, George? This super chat shows that you like the taste of them, and that's normal. We all grew up eating all kinds of animals, but you can choose the vegan versions from now on, George. You can be a good man. George, you can also be a strong man. You know, you don't have to be a weak man doing what everybody else does. You can be a strong vegan man. What do good men do, George? Do good men hurt the innocent, or do good men protect the innocent? George Erickson, I call on you to start your vegan journey right now. It takes 100 clicks to become vegan. You have to get the message in your head and also in your heart, but you're at the right place to start, George. First of all, you were smart enough to even come to this live stream to learn something. Second of all, you tried to interact with me, right? You literally paid $1.99 to try to get a rise out of me, some sort of a reaction out of me, which shows that you care to some degree. You could have just scrolled by. So you're relatively intelligent. You have the ability, George. So for you, George, I want you to watch the documentary called Dominion Movement. Dominion Movement. We have dominion over the animals, and we need to move in the fashion where we don't harm them. All right? You can do it, George. All right, I have another super chat here. This is from somebody named Tundra Slaps. Tundra played $5, and Tundra writes, I'm not vegan, and I most likely never will be, but you are a positive person who believes in her ideals, and I wish you the best. All right, so Tundra, let's unpack what you just wrote, okay? You say that you're not vegan. So replace the word vegan with kind to animals, okay? Take the word vegan equals kind to animals. So what you just wrote, Tundra, is, quote, I'm not kind to animals. That is what you wrote. Now think about why you would come into a vegan's live stream and write that you hurt animals. You pay for people to cut their heads off. You pay for babies to be kidnapped from their mothers in the dairy industry. You know what they do. In the dairy industry, they take the babies, the boys, away from their mothers and rip off their skin. Tundra Slaps, that's your name. Tundra, that's what they do. Is that really what you want to pay for? You wrote that you're not vegan, which means you are not kind to animals. And then you wrote, and I most likely never will be kind to animals. Is that really what your legacy, you want your legacy to be? The whole world is gradually waking up and trying to be kinder. We are hopefully, as humanity, moving in the direction where we are thinking clearly and protecting the innocent. Sometimes it feels like it's, 2 steps forward and 1 step back. But Tundra, you can be vegan from now on. And I want you also to watch the documentary called Dominion Movement and then come back and tell me what you saw. Because if you saw Dominion Movement, the documentary, and you saw it on YouTube and you don't cry, then there's something wrong with you. It is normal to cry when you watch the documentary called Dominion Movement, and I hope you watch it. And I hope you will join me on the right side of history, because you too one day can be doing exactly what I'm doing. Every single person here, once you become vegan, you just put your camera there, you just turn it on, and you just start talking about why you became vegan. We need more vegan teachers here, not just me. There are 400 of you right now watching. Every single one of you can become vegan. You can be brave enough. You can talk clearly about how religion is important for community, but how it is doing damage to our sanity. That's the truth. You can all become Unitarian Universalists and help to tell them the truth. This is my religion, and I'm not happy with my religion right now. I'll use this one. I'll show you. I have this one's a little more colorful, right? Every single person here, I want you to know what Unitarian Universalism is. Now I'm asking my religion, are we the best religion or are we massive hypocrites? In 2024, we voted and promised to protect all beings from exploitation. So why are stolen meat, cow milk, eggs, and cheese still on our tables during coffee hour? We need to dismantle cruelty and we need to be vegan. We need to keep our promise. This was a great promise. Now let's stop being hypocrites. That's to my own religion. My own religion is an open, democratic religion, and now you've heard of it. My goal this year is to talk about it every single day, and I've done that. I'm either hashtagging or calling out people. I'm doing activism to call my religion to change, to be better. Okay, let's see if there's any more super chats here. Let me see. No super chats, but let me see if I can read any of your comments. Okay, somebody wrote, read this, but then it goes by so fast. Put it in a super chat so it can freeze on the screen and I can really watch it. I read it rather. I'm here for another 4.5 minutes. If there's anything quick that you want to say. We're going to read here though, first of all, don't eat eggs, reason number 3. We're all reading together. Oh, I just saw super chat go flying by. It's blue. Hold on. Let me see if I can go scrolling back and catch it. Okay. George Erickson writes, do you have a kid? George, don't forget to put a question mark at the end of your sentence in the future, okay? Do I have a kid? I have 3 children and 2 grandchildren. Yes, and they are vegan. Of course they're vegan. I became vegan and I told them about being vegan, how it's awful to hurt innocent animals. And so everybody stopped. Everyone's buying vegan food now. It's great. Yeah, we don't need to hurt animals. We don't need to buy leather or fur or feathers. All right, let's read this now. Don't eat eggs. Reason number 3. Everybody read together. The egg industry murders all baby male chicks because they're considered to be useless. Do you know why? Because they will never grow up to be able to lay eggs. The egg industry kills these sweet little yellow babies at just 1 day old by cutting them up with giant knives or by suffocating them in plastic bags beside their brothers. The egg industry has lied to your parents and teachers for a long time by placing images of happy chickens on their products to try to fool you into buying them. You can be smarter, can learn the truth here, egg-truth.com. Remember, it's a dash, egg-truth.com. That's where you can go. All right, thank you to everybody who read with me. It's good practice to read out loud, right? To remember that sentences have commas and periods and punctuation. We shouldn't just be relying on AI for everything. One day you're going to have to write a note to somebody. Apparently, the new generation doesn't know how to read cursive writing. Isn't that fascinating? So you're writing a quick note to your kid to put in their lunch or whatever, and your kid can't read it because your kid cannot read cursive writing because they're only used to typing. So there's a lot of really interesting things going on. And I think it's important that we try to stick with the basics. We need to teach people how to read and to write, and not just to read, but to actually remember what they read. Even as I'm reading these sentences with many of you, if I walk away now and I say, what did we just read on this card? Many of you won't even remember because you're so distracted by the comment section. Let me scroll back. I did see a super chat come in. Okay, I got it. Tundra writes, is there ever a moral way to consume eggs and dairy? No. No, Tundra, because there's no right way to do the wrong thing. I want you to picture this, all right? Picture a woman, because I don't know, Tundra, if you're female or male. So pick your favorite woman in the world. Okay, could be your sister, a really good friend. Now picture that that person is forced to be pregnant, which is what happens in the dairy industry. You're asking me if there's a right way to steal milk that belongs in a woman's breasts. There's no right way to do it to a human, and there's no right way to do it to a cow. I know it's hard to understand that, but it's the truth. And Tundra, you can be vegan. You are getting your clicks right now. And as far as eggs go, I have to admit that I loved eggs. I made a big mistake. You see, I used to be vegetarian for a long time before being vegan. And here's the thing that I did that was really terrible. And I feel so bad that I did this. I wasn't really consciously aware of it. This is why I tell people not to be vegetarian. When I was vegetarian, I was actually eating twice as many eggs to compensate for the lack of meat. You know, instead of having bacon and eggs, I'm not going to eat bacon. but then I would make 2 eggs, which is insane because they kill the baby chicks in the egg industry. And then when I would make pizza, I didn't have pepperoni on my pizza, but I would have twice as much cheese, which is insane. Because in the dairy industry, they kill the baby boy cows. So I was vegetarian and I was against murder, but I was still paying for it indirectly. All right, thank you for your super chat. Thank you very much for that. Guys, we're almost over, but I'm going to just read a few more cards here. Let's read together. Everyone, don't run away. I can see you guys. Oh, no, now we have to read, but stay. You can do this. You can do hard things. Let's read together. It's good practice. Okay? Don't eat eggs. Reason number 4. The cruel egg industry treats chickens as mere objects. When hens can no longer produce eggs, instead of acknowledging that each chicken has a unique personality who wants to live, just as cats and dogs do, chickens are killed. Vegans don't believe in stealing from animals, not their eggs, not their babies, not their lives. Vegans believe in working towards getting animals a Bill of Rights to protect them from being needlessly harmed when there are so many other things to eat. To learn more, Google healthy vegan protein sources. You can do it. Good job, guys. Thanks for those of you who stayed. You actually stuck it out. All right, we're going to continue our other cards here. Let me just see if there's anything. Oh, you're still writing this stuff about Allah. So this is the honest truth, is that there's no God or Allah, and that's okay. We should strive to be vegan anyway. Don't be upset. You don't have to cry or get angry. Listen, we're going to listen to this song. Here's a song about that very subject. There's no God and no Allah, and it's okay. Today you learned the truth. Not God nor Allah created us, but rather we created them. Today you received a gift more valuable than silver or gold. You accepted the truth, which is a real true gem. It's okay, you don't have to cry just because I tell you there's no God in the sky. You can be brave, it doesn't have to hurt this much. You're in control, so use your human touch. I know it's a shock when you understand that you have the power of God right now in your own hands. So follow the golden rule, use your hands to be kind, not cruel. Put only vegan foods in your shopping cart. Peace begins on your plate. So use your hands as if they were your heart. I know it's a lot to take in, all in just one day. But if you choose to use your hands wisely, everything will be okay. You don't need God or Allah, they never existed anyway. Just use your hands as if they were your heart. Thank you for joining me today. Big hugs to all of you who stayed, who got your clicks. It takes 100 clicks to become vegan. You're on your way. I'm really proud of you for opening your heart and your mind. And I will see you all in the next live stream, which will be in a few hours. Bye for now, everyone.